Hello everyone. So today I want to show you how to make this bezeled Rivoli. Sorry, my light is a little off. There we go. So this one is obviously red with black seed beads. So I'm going to make this, use this purpley, bluish, purpley. It's got purple and blue in it. But the only seed beads that I have to actually match it or go with it, and I used one of those roller things, is these. So, because you need 11 O's and 15 O's. And I don't really like that either. Let me try something else. I'll be back. Okay, I think we got it this time. Maybe. Yes, that will work. Beautiful. Okay, so these are 11O Transparent Smoky Amethyst AB. Miyuki. Both seed beads are Miyuki. The bicones are Swarovski. I think this is an Aurora crystal. I'm not sure. I think that's what Kat said. Aurora. I don't need anywhere near that many 15 O's. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is pick up a 15 O. I'm hoping you're not bouncing as much. I put a piece of foam between you and the table, so I figure maybe that'll absorb some of the bouncing, like a shock absorber, sort of. There you go. So we're going to pick up 6 times. We're going to pick up a 15-0, 3 11-0s, a 15-0, and a bicone. We're going to do that 6 times. So I wanted more of a space between the bicones, like this one. You know, it was just one seed bead. So I wanted more of a space, and I wanted it off of my Rivoli, which this is actually setting off the Rivoli. And it's a little wonky to work with at first, but once you get like the 3rd row of the back on, it works. So I'm just going to repeat that 6 times, and I'm going to pause you, and I'll be right back when I'm done. Okay, so these are 4mm opal violet, or violet opal, and Kath bought them by the beads, and this is an 18mm Rivoli. Bring them all the way down. I'll leave enough to tie my knot. Now, you have to use a small bead. Toho does not work. So you can try check beads. They're kind of similar to Miyuki. Size-wise and shape-wise as well. So now, it'll look like it's going to go right over it, but it doesn't. It does sit. The bicones hold it in place, but it is wonky. Like I said, you'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. So I'm just going to go all the way through all of my beads, and this is why I'm using 4 pounds, because those 15 O's, it gets tight with all the times you go around it. And once I get to the end, I'll tie my knot. Okay. I don't need near that much thread, but I can always... Now I'm going to pull it down if I can. Nope. Oh well. There we go. Alright. So the first time I'm just going to do one overhand knot, and then the second time I'm going to do two. Like so. I'm going to go once through. Didn't go through. There we go. And bring it down slowly. Make sure it goes in the right spot. Okay. So now I'm going to go through that bicone. I'm going to go all the way through, actually, to the next bicone. I believe I'm coming out of the bicone. So I'm going to make sure my needle's going through everybody. I'm going to cut this down some so it's not in my way, because it does tend to get in my way a lot. Okay. Now, I'm going to go through that. Let me check. Nope. I'm not even going to go to the bicone. I'm going to stop before this 15-0. And then I made this the other day, so I have to check. Okay, then I'm going to add the same thing I added in the front. A 15-0 and 3 11-0s and a 15-0. And we're going to go around our bicone and that 15-0 and go into the next set of 3. Okay, so that's what you have on your needle. If my thing would focus. And you're going through those 3, okay? And when you get through, I don't know why it has to be fickle. There we go. So when you get through, you want to... I thought this was a 12-0. Needle. Should help some. I think this is going to look pretty, actually. Okay, so when you get that there, you want to flip it down because that is going to be this part right here. See that? So do the same thing around all the bicones. So we want 15-0, 3 11-0s, and another 15-0. We're going to skip the 15-0, the bicone, and the next 15-0, and go through the 3 11-0s. Okay. If they get wonky on you, they'll bounce all over the place. But just make sure you're tight, and they might stay. Okay. So another 15-0, 3 11-0s, and a 15-0. And around your 15-0, your bicone, and your other 15-0, and into those three. If you can't get it, you can just do the... There you go. Oh, that was special, wasn't it? Cooperate, please. Thank you so much. Okay. So you have your 15-0, your 3 11-0s, and going around that bicone and flip it down. This is our back. And that's what's going to hold our bicone in. Okay, so I mean our Rivoli in. I'm going to do the rest off camera and I will be back. Okay, so I'm at my last one. And now I'm going to go through the first 3 beads that I just added. So I'm going to go through that 15-0 if I can get it. Wow, my hands are way too close. Hang on, let me zoom you out a little bit. That's a little better. I have you raised up so I can see what I'm doing. And I see you out of the corner of my eye. There we go. So we're going to go through the 15-0, 2 11-0s into that center 11-0. So from there, I'm going to pull that, make sure everybody's facing down. Okay, so this is going to, you can't even put it in now because it just is too wonky. Okay. But that's how it's going to look. Pretty. Okay. Let's get back on track here. Alright, so now we're going to add 2 11-0s, a 15-0, an 11-0, a 15-0, and 2 11-0s. It works that way. I started out with just the 5 11-0s, and I ended up adding a 15-0 in between there, so might as well just do it now and get it over with. So we're going to go from there to the center bead of the next set of 5 that we added. And we're just going to repeat that. So it's 2 11-0s, a 15-0, an 11, a 15, and 2 11s. And it's probably hard to see those. Here you go. And we're going to do that all the way around. We're going to go through our center bead. Now it looks like you're too far away. It's so hard to tell. I'm going to roll that around and do the same thing. 2 11s, 1 15, 1 11, 1 15, 2 11s. I'll flip that over so you can see it. Must admire the beauty of it. Go through that center. And I'm going to do the rest off camera because my phone is weird. It only lets me record 33 minutes, so I'll be back. Okay. So, when you get to the last one, you have to go through that first bead you went through. Through those 2 11-0s, the 1 15, and the 1 11, and come out that 11. That's your center bead. Okay, now you might be able to put your Rivoli in now. You might not. What happens is it kind of ends up slipping through there until it's really ready to be finished. Let's see if that'll work. I don't think so, though. I know I had a hard time with the other one. No, wait until you get the next row on, which is, I believe, 3. Yes. So you're just picking up 3 11-0s and going through each center bead of the last row. Just don't pull it tight until you get the Rivoli in. Makes it easier to know where that center bead is too, with the 2 15-0s surrounding it. So I think I'm going to make a bracelet for that black and red one. I'm going to see how it comes out first. I'll make it, and then if it works, I'll bring you back and make it with this one as well. If I have the beads. Just thought about that. I don't know if I'll have beads to match that. I might have to look through my stash. These are really pretty seed beads. I like them a lot. I like these Swarovskis a lot as well. Okay, so now that we're at the end, get these last 3 on, go through that bead that we went in. Now we can add our Rivoli carefully. See what I mean? Slips out. You have to do this really careful. Take your time doing it because You're tempted to go fast, but you don't want to go too fast. There we go. And we're set. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Now, we are going to go up those last to that center bead there. Try to keep that tight, because if not, your Rivoli's going to fall out on you. Now what we want to do is cover the rest of this. And I forgot what I did. I think I added, let's try to, that's what happens when I take a break in between doing it. I forget what I did. But the good thing about making a video is that I always have it now. So if I need to refer to it in the future, I can go through the center bead. Oops. Pull it tight. You want to make sure that's going to stay in there, because now is not the time to play games with it. Add 2, go through the next one, single. Add 2. I think you could probably add 3. Add another 2. Can't really tell on this one. Well, maybe I did do 3 and then I went through the center one. See, this is those. I don't know, I can't tell. I can't tell. So I don't know if I want to make that a pendant or part of a bracelet, but I think I'm going to make it part of a bracelet, and then I make another one for a bracelet. I mean for a pendant. Just make sure you keep pulling it tight, because they want to loosen up on you. You really don't want that. Oh, I know what I did. Go through that last one. I ended up adding more beads because I didn't want the point to be touching my skin, because somebody, and I don't remember, I think it was off the beaded path, but I'm not sure. She said that when it touches your skin, you wear off the back, the backing, and then it's not as pretty anymore. But that might just be a ring, because the oils on your skin, wear it off, rub it off. Okay. This one doesn't feel like you can touch it, actually. Okay, so now, where am I? I'm at 24 minutes. I'm going to go up through that first bead. Of the 2 that we just added. I have to shorten my thread. And And I'm going to add another one. I'm going to add one. Go through the next one. Go through the next one. Skip that one in the middle. And go through the next of the two that we just added, like that. So we're skipping that one. I think that'll work. So no. I think we should go through that. Yeah, we should go through that. Okay, go through that one and then go. Yeah, that's what I did last time. Okay. Like, what did I do? We just want to get that a little tighter and off of that point there. Go through that. Go through that one. Nope, that one. And then we'll add our picots. Yes, the cat is not here. Cleaned off my table and made a spot to the left of me just for him. Not that he'll actually use it, but just for him. Cocoa Puff doesn't bother. She'll once in a while she'll jump in my lap, but for the most part she don't bother. I think we have one more to go. And then we're going to grab those last ones that we added and just tie them. Just going to make a... So we're going to go from that right into that last one. Where are we? We're going to go into that. Go into that one. Oh, and then go into that one. Okay, so we're going to go into this one, skip that one, go into that one, and then go into that middle one. And then we're just going to sew through all the ones that we just added. And I'm already at 28 minutes. Ay, ay, ay. Hopefully this won't break it up. I don't know. Okay, so from there, I probably should have added another bead in the center there in between each one, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, but didn't. Alright. Yeah, I would, because then you can't see your thread if you add that other bead. Okay, so let's pretend I added one in between. Just try to remember that when you're doing it. If you can see your thread just a little bit. It's on the back, so it's not like a big deal. But if that bothers you, then by all means add that other bead. Alright, so now from here I'm going to go up the side. See what I'm doing? I'm going up diagonally. So I want to get to the top. I go through this one, through that 15-0, through that, because what I want to do is I want to come out that 15-0 right after that seed bead. if I can. If not, I'm going to go into these. I'm going to go that way. Okay, I'm going to go through all those. Through my bicone. Oh, we don't want to come out that seed bead anyway. Just the bicone. Really? Okay. If it breaks it up, I'm sorry. It'll be a two-parter, as usual. I have to deal with it till I get another one. So what we're going to do is just add picots to each of the, till I get a tablet. We're going to add 5 seed beads, go back around, go around our bicone and go back into it, like that. And then we're going to go back up 2. Skip the middle one. Pop it out, but skip it. Go down the other 2. I'm going to repeat that all the way around Rivoli, and then we'll tie off. But I wanted to show you what I'm doing before my dumb phone cuts you off. So what that does, if you make sure that that middle bead isn't down, it'll make that nice point. And you pull it tight. See? See? And you won't see your thread either because you're pulling these tight. So that's what gives you the point. So you're going to go back through your bicone and make your way to the next bicone and do the same thing all the way around and then tie off. And I have to burn that. And you are finished. You can make it a pendant if you want. Add a bail. I'm going to make it into a bracelet though. And I will bring you back for that. You know what? That's my tail. Thank you. So just make your way around through the next bicone. Come out the bicone, add your 5, go back around, come back up through the first 2, skip that middle one, go down through the second 2.